Alright, today we're going to talk about arithmetic and geometric sequences. So let's go ahead and start off with some definitions. So an arithmetic sequence is just a sequence of numbers such that the difference between them is the consecutive terms is constant. So in regular words, that just simply means a pattern where you always are adding the same number. So we're going to have a group of numbers, and if you're always adding the same number, it's going to be an arithmetic sequence. So next thing is a variable expression. A variable expression is just the constant term that is being applied to the sequence. So if you were adding 2 every time, plus 2 would be your variable expression. If you were adding a negative 5 every time, your variable expression would be plus a negative 5. So let's take a look at this example. So first thing you need to do is you got to figure out what these are increasing by. So since we said it's arithmetic, we know that we're going to be adding something. So you got to ask yourself, how did I get from 5 to 10? You should know that we added 5. Right? How did you get from 10 to 15? Added 5 again. Okay, 15 to 20. Same thing, added 5. Alright, so you should be able to look at that, and so in this case, we know that we are always increasing by a constant term of 5, so therefore our variable expression is going to be a plus 5, because remember, your variable expression is just the constant term that's being applied to everything. In an arithmetic sequence, we're always adding. So let's take a look at this one. Alright, now, you could look at this and you say, well, I'm going down by 3 each time, so I'm subtracting 3, subtracting 3, subtracting 3, okay, and so on. But now, just like we set up here, you are always adding in an arithmetic sequence, so you need to figure out what you need to change it to addition to. So if I'm going to go minus 3, I need to figure out what's the same as that with plus. So you should know that taking 3 away is the same as adding a negative 3. So your variable expression in this one would be a plus a negative 3. And then finally this one, you got negative 12 to negative 11. So here we went plus 1. Negative 12 to negative 9. We went plus 2, negative 9, negative 6, plus 3, negative 6, negative 2, plus 4, and here we get plus 5. Now, we're not increasing by the same number each time. This one went, I added 1, then I added 2, then I added 3, then I added 4, then I added 5. But it's still an arithmetic sequence because you're still adding a constant. So that's what it is, a constant for it. So now, you don't know what it is, but each time you're going to increase it by 1. So in this case, we're going to represent x as my variable for I don't know which one I'm starting with, but I'm always going to increase by 1. So if this was like plus 1, then plus 3, plus 5, plus 7, plus 9, it would be an x plus 2 rather than x plus 1. So in this case, your variable expression is x plus 1. Alright, so let's take a look at this. So we're going to find the pattern, and we're going to write the variable expression for each one of these. So go ahead and pause it and try it yourself, and then when you're ready, go ahead and come back and we'll take a look and see if we got them right. Alright, so let's take a look at this one. So 3 to 11, that's going to be a plus 8. 11 to 19 plus 8, plus 8, plus 8. Alright, so in this one, my variable expression is going to be plus 8. Right? 2 to 6 is plus 4. 6 to 10 plus 4. Okay, we're going to keep doing plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. So your variable expression is plus 4. Over here, we're going up 2. So plus 2 to all these. So that means your variable expression equals plus 2. Alright, this one I'm going 3 up, going 3 up, going 3 up. So my variable expression is plus 3, right? Plus 2, plus 4, plus 6, plus 8, and plus 10. So you should look at this now and know we went 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So each one of those is increasing by 2, and we're just going to put our variable in there. So my variable expression for that one is going to be x plus 2. And your last one, this is going down, so you know you're going to be adding a negative number. So 15 to 7 is 8 down, so it's plus a negative 8. Okay, plus a negative 8, plus a negative 8, and so on. So your variable expression for this one would be plus negative 8. Okay. All right, so that's a arithmetic sequence. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. So we have geometric. All right, so a geometric sequence is simply just a sequence of numbers where each term after the first term is found by multiplying the previous one by a fixed non-zero number called the common ratio. So there's a lot of math words there, but so it basically just means a pattern where you're always multiplying the same number. So that's the common ratio, the same number, and you're always just multiplying the last number by that. So let's look at this example. So I got 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32. So you should look at that and know that you're multiplying by 2, multiplying by 2, multiplying by 2, and multiplying by 2. So same thing as we did with arithmetic. Alright, so let's take a look at this next one. Got 15, 5, 5/3, 5/6. And so you should notice that we're going down in this. So I divided by 3, okay, and so on. So I kept dividing by 3. But now, just like we said up here, it's only multiplying. So the same, you got to figure out what the same as dividing by 3 is with multiplying. So we should know that's the same thing as times 1/3. So that's what we're going to have. Times 1/3. Alright, over here, you're going to end up, this looks like you times it by 1, times it by 2, times it by 3, times it by 4, and times it by 5. So you multiplied it by something, and it kept increasing, so we're going to go x plus 1 on that. So that's what my variable expression is going to be. Alright, let's go ahead again, pause this, come back and try some. Or go ahead and try them, and when you're ready, come on back, and we'll take a look. Alright, so let's take a look. So each one of these is being multiplied by 3, so your variable expression in this one is going to be a times 3. This one's being multiplied by 2, so your variable expression is going to be times 2. This one is being divided by 5 each time, so your variable expression is going to be times 1/5. Okay, this one's going to be a times 2. Over here you got times 1, times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5. So this is going to be a times an x plus 1 because it keeps increasing by 1. Alright, so hopefully we did good on that. And then finally, we can use what we know to figure out what the 8th term in these sequences are. So all you're going to do is you're going to find the variable expression and apply it until you find the 8th term. So we can look at this and we know that it's adding 8 each time. So this is the 5th term, so I need the 6th, the 7th, and then the 8th. So if I'm adding 8 to all these, 35 plus 8 is 43. 43 plus 8 is 51, and then 51 plus 8 is 59. So in this case, my variable expression was plus 8, and so my 8th term was 59. Alright, over here, multiplying by 2 each time, so this was the 4th. So 5, 6, 7, and the 8th. So this would be 80, this would be 160, 320, and 640. So my variable expression was times 2, and my 8th term was 640. Right, over here, we're dividing by 5 each time, so your variable expression is going to be times 1/5. So your 8th term, let's check it out. So this is the 4th one. Your 5th one is going to be 4 over 125. Your next one, your 5th one. Okay, so the next one is going to end up being 4 over 625. And then I'll get 4 over 3,125. So let's see, that was 4, 5, 6, 7. And so our 8th term is going to end up being 4 over 15,625. Alright, over here, looks like we're adding 3 each time, so my variable expression is going to be a plus 3. So my 8th term, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 7th term will be 19, and the last one, the 8th term, will be a 22. Then over here it looks like we're going maybe times 1, times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5. So this was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 term. So the 7th is going to be a times 6, and then the 8th will be a times 7. So if we do this, we're going to get 120 times 6, which is going to give me 720. And then if I go 720 times 7, that's going to give me my 8th term, which is 5,040. So my variable expression in this was times x plus 1, and then my 8th term gave me 5,040. Alright, so that was arithmetic and geometric sequences. So remember, it's just a pattern. Arithmetic, you're always adding, and geometric, you are always multiplying by something.